All right, next up, InfoCoding Labs from UC Santa Barbara.
Good evening, everyone. So I'm going to talk about InfoCoding Labs, and we enable next generation interactive and immersive user experiences. We are a spin-out from UCSB focused on multimedia compression and communication. Similar to what MP3 did for stored music, we are developing codecs which can be used for real-time live music. And our focus market will be wireless headphones, which is dramatically growing. And we address the biggest pain point in this market of battery life. Using our proprietary technology, companies which use our codec can significantly increase it with a simple software upgrade. And we expect potential significant revenues using licensing per unit of wireless headphones sold. Obviously, this the basic technology is very fundamental, can be used in many applications, and like VR, AR, gaming, audio, or live music. Okay, let's talk about the problem. So why is compression at low delay different? Like, I mean, why can't I use MP3? So MP3 basically collects a lot of data, and it uses this kind of big block of data to do good compression. But at low delay, you can't collect this data. So you need to use past data to predict the current set of samples, and that's why prediction is very important. And as you can see, if it is periodic signal, that is like there is a repeating pattern here in this waveform, it's an audio signal, I can simply use like a past period to predict the next period. But music is not this simple. It's like a mixture of periodic signals. Like there is a voice and there is some background instruments. So now with this mixture, it's a complex signal, and you cannot use like some simple prediction techniques. And if you use current predictors in the in this field, you don't get good predictions, so you get large errors. So it means like you need to compress with a lot of data. Now solving this problem is very important for like several markets. Like as I said, our focus is on the wireless headphones market, where every major smartphone makers is removing headphone jacks, so it's growing dramatically, and it will be close to $30 billion by 2020. And in that, even with a very conservative estimate, just licensing our codec to these wireless headphones, we expect it to be around $350 million of market. Obviously, it's a B2B company, and our customers will be wireless headphone makers like Apple, Bose, Samsung, LG, or wireless headphone chip vendors like Qualcomm or MediaTek, and also reference design makers who like ODMs. The biggest problem with current wireless headphones is battery life. And what they do is they use like a default compression standard, which is part of like the Bluetooth standard called SPC, or if they use Qualcomm chip, they get a Qualcomm proprietary technology called aptX. Now, in either way, most of the current headphones which are there in the market, including Apple's AirPods, they give only 3 to 5 hours of battery life. Now, if I want, like especially for the young demographic of users of wireless headphones, you cannot like expect them to kind of remove it in the middle of the day and charge it again and like use it afterwards. So you want it to at least last for a full day. This is like one of the biggest pain points. The other problem is packet loss. Like you move away from the source, like there's a dropout and there's interruptions in the audio you are listening to. So this is again a very poor user experience compared to like using a wired headphones. Now we solve this fundamental, we solve these pain points using like fundamental contribution in prediction. This was developed as part of a university research, and we already have granted patents for these, and we are filing more through the company. And what we do is we have a special scheme called Cascaded long-term prediction, which focuses on music-specific type of signals. And we predict each periodic component in the music kind of from its immediate history. So if you see, this is the current predictor, and if you use our predictor, there is like a significant drop in prediction error that is like we are doing much better prediction. And obviously, this translates to good compression. So good compression means you can do many things. Like for wireless headphones, we see the potential that like the same quality can be achieved at half the data rate, which means you can use it to either extend the battery life, like let's say up to 10 hours, like so you have full day battery, or you could use it to increase the quality of the audio itself. So different things. The same prediction can be used for concealment. So you have lost data, so you use data which is available around it, and you reconstruct the lost data. So now we get really good results with this, and like the user doesn't even recognize that there was a lost data there. Again, because of the powerful prediction scheme. Now, obviously, the licensing revenue strategy is licensing, and we plan to charge around 40 to 70 cents per unit of wireless headphone shipped. This is like very comparable to existing codecs in the market like AAC or EVS, and we also plan to get revenue, one-time revenue, like for customization or integration, or exclusive licensing sale for a big customer. Now, our team consists of Ken Rose, who's the president and CEO. He is a professor at UCSB and director of the signal compression lab there, and he has numerous patents and papers and awards in this field, and has contributed to actual MPEG standards and open source standards, like including the Google AV1 and all those things. And I did my PhD there working on these specific problems and gained expertise on these. And before that, I was also involved in embedded software development. So like we have the right combination to bring this technology to market. As our advisors, we have Dr. Alan Gershow, who's a professor emeritus at UCSB, is like a famous compression expert. He was also an entrepreneur, started his company and sold it to Microsoft. We also have Dr. Ashish Agarwal, who was director at Harman and started his own wireless speakers company. And he's currently a co-founder at Kavo, which makes media streaming box, and has successfully raised more than $30 million of funding. So the company was started in late 2015, and then beginning of last year, we got NSF SPR grant to develop this audio technology further. And now we have a MVP, like we have a demo on our website. You can go and see like the quality difference which we achieve compared to existing competitors. And we are already in early customer discussions. Again, though our focus is on wireless headphones now, this codec can be used in many places. So one kind of proof of that is like we are now in discussion with Sirius XM for satellite radios. This is like live music radio. So a lot of potential for revenue there. So yeah, we are expecting like investment by end of this year, and which we want to use to develop actual proof of concept within a wireless headphone, like using a development kit from Qualcomm or something. And with which we hope that we'll get like a major customer in this wireless headphone segment. So our ask is like for $800K for 2 years, again for proof of concept development in wireless headphones specifically. And like the company's cost is completely dominated by one-time development cost and nothing after that, because these codec markets are sticky. Like for example, the aptX and SPC technology which is being used today was developed 15-20 years ago, so it's like they're still using it, and that's in headphones. Now again, we can get like a lot of revenue from other markets. So even with a very small market share, we can get significant return on investment. And this is the use of funds, mostly for research and development and like for IP protection and like administration costs. That's my talk. And in summary, similar to MP3 for stored music, we are developing a codec for live real-time music, and our wireless headphone customers can address their biggest pain point of battery life using our technology with a just simple software upgrade. Thank you. yeah, so there is an encoder and a decoder. So right now, for example, aptX, which is a proprietary codec, what they do is they provide their encoder library for free, just the source, the binary, to the Android open source project. So you contribute to that, and you can get into all the encoders, most of the encoders, not iPhone maybe, but most of the or all the Android phones. So that's probably one of the strategy which we are also thinking. Maybe we make revenue from the headphone market, by selling the decoders to them, and encoders we are giving it for free, in the sense just the binary library as part of the Android project.
Is the business model license-based?
Yes, it's going to be license-based. Maybe some one-time revenue for customization or integration into the customer's actual product, but major revenue from licensing, which is similar to other audio codecs which are there. The MP3 right now is it's free. It's all its patents expired. AAC is still being used, and they charge around less than $1 per unit shipped, 40 to 70 cents. And similar codecs from MPEG, for example, they charge a similar amount, and we are thinking of charging the same thing so that it's comparable to them.